And for some of you, kaboom. For some of you, kaboom. How are you, everybody? How are you? Thank you for joining me today for this very special broadcast. We are live right now on LinkedIn and YouTube and Facebook. And my name is Peter Clarke, Red TV. Much appreciate you being here and dropping by. This is a follow-up to National Philanthropy Day. Had an amazing lineup of guests on National Philanthropy Day, which was November 15th. And this broadcast is November 16th. So just to get you up to date on that, we had some amazing guests talking about philanthropy, making a difference, giving back, and celebrating the idea of National Philanthropy Day on Sunday, the 15th. But because of a couple of technical difficulties and time and things like that, we ran out of time to play one particular interview that we did. And I really wanted to make sure that we did not lose this amazing interview. I was going to play it no matter how it played out, whether we had enough time or not. So, so the limitations, I can't believe it went by so fast, but the limitations on LinkedIn, just so you know, if you're a live broadcaster on LinkedIn, it's 4 hours, which sounds like a long time. But for me, I don't know what it is. Probably talk too much, but I enjoyed it. I had a great show, but ran out of time for this particular broadcast. So Polizzotto is the gentleman from, he's the CEO and founder of GiveWith. And I wanted to make sure that we put this broadcast out specifically on LinkedIn, specifically there, but we're also going out to Facebook and YouTube, but specifically on LinkedIn because of the business-centric conversation that's happening with this interview and this subject matter. So it's really all about business as a force for good, being able to find ways to find funding for the nonprofit sector, whether it's, again, strict philanthropy, if it's nonprofit, if it's a way to pull from business and to move those funds and those sort of resources into the nonprofit sector from the for-profit business models that are out there. So I'm going to let Paul describe it. He does it much better than me, as you can see. It was an amazing conversation. So I'm going to play that right now for you. I'm going to be live. We're going to be live right here while it's going on. So no worries about that. I will be here live. If you want to leave comments, add your 2 cents, I'd love to hear about it. That's for sure. Business as a force for good. And Paul Polizzotto is doing some amazing things out there right now. So I'm going to bring up that interview right now. And hope you enjoy. Please send some messages, give us some feedback, let us know what you think about this subject matter. Looking forward to seeing what comes from this. So, Paul, thank you so much for your time, and thanks for all that you do with GiveWith. Very, very, very interesting. You're going to find this fascinating. Okay, stick with me. We're going to be right back with Paul Polizzotto. So I want to make sure people know that we have these conversations before and so on. Let's just jump right into it. I love what you do. I know your history. I mean, serial entrepreneur, social entrepreneur, all these kinds of things, but founder and CEO of GiveWith. And we're certainly going to steer people to go out to your website and check out what you do. But let's pretend we're in an elevator right now and we're just chatting. And so let's give a broad understanding of what GiveWith is. And more importantly, or just as importantly, how it relates to making a positive difference in the world today.
Well, Peter, I've spent the last 20 years of my 32 years as a serial social entrepreneur focused on leveraging or harnessing the power of business to business and business to government transactions as an agent for positive social change. And GiveWith is an opportunity to leverage global B2B and B2G transactions to bring new funding to taking on the most challenging issues of our time, and to use technology to do that with precision and at scale. And so GiveWith is a technology tool that allows us to harness the nearly $100 trillion of transactions that take place on our planet every year. So there's no shortage of money to bring to taking on these issues. We just have to be creative. And so my focus has been, at what place in the economy do you begin to look to bring new funding? And what are the underlying business principles, the business case that has suppliers and buyers willing to have social impact sit at the center of a transaction? And what we've done is we've made the business case for that. And what we're doing is bringing new funding to nonprofits and social enterprises that are taking on these pressing challenges. So I've really been interested in bringing new funding. I did not want to just carve up the existing philanthropy pie into more pieces. I was interested in bringing new funding to these organizations for capacity building and to direct towards serving people in need.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And so listen, I hope I'm speaking for more than just myself, because I need to truly understand. I have a general idea. So without getting into the weeds of the technology itself, you talk about, basically, we're talking about at the level and scale of, procurement and buying and selling at such a large global scale, that you're finding opportunities to pull some resources from those transactions. So let me ask you, it sounds like that it needs to be built in there for you to pull it out. So in other words, correct me if I'm wrong of how that works, are these companies willingly saying, hey, we're going to end up giving a little percentage of these larger transactions to go towards philanthropic and nonprofit agendas? Is that inflating the cost of things? Like, am I missing something there? Please explain that.
No, fair questions. And without me going into GiveWith, like you say, the technology in great detail, you can jump on our website and understand how our technology works. But what's really been driving me, Peter, is a new economic construct, something that I call social value economics. Right? I
love that.
Right, social value economics. And I've done some work with Yale and London Business School and University College London, USC, which is University of Southern California, LMU, Loyola Marymount University in Southern California, with universities and academics